Down to One's radio, hashtag TL radio, hashtag TL media, hashtag too many hashtags, keep hashtagging it out. And we're back, man. Jay Shepard, y'all already know what's going on. Y'all know the vibes. This is 2021, not 2020 clear vision. We through with that. This the let me talk my little spiel real quick before we get into the interview. New administration, got the orange guy out of there today. You know, this is January 20th. Y'all gonna see this a little later though. Do the editing and everything like that. And we are back on music, man. The last two interviews that we just dropped, with Jalen Henderson, former Boise State quarterback, and then Chef Hoppy, celebrity chef who cooks for Ezekiel Elliott, Deion Sanders, C.D. Lamb, and many more. Make sure y'all go tap into those. But now we're back into music, man. Musicmentation is what I would call it. Yes, I created a word. I don't care what y'all say. That thing goes hard. And today, man, we got an H-Town artist in here today, man. A story of grinding, a story of real. I like the vibe, man. It's different, and it's different for me because it's not everything I'm used to hearing, in a good way. My man Juba in here. What's poppin', man?
What's up, man? What's up? What's up, Jay?
I mean, look, bro, I'm chilling, man. We here to talk about you today. Look, we here to talk about you. We here to talk about your music. We here to talk about your story. First thing I do want to let you know is I was jamming your music on the way up here. I was jamming your music all day, man. Your flow's crazy. I already told you off air. I was like, you play your cards right. This is what This is what I said, guys. I said Juba, he plays his cards right, and I don't care whoever hears this in the future. He plays his cards right, bro. He gonna be like a non-corny version of Chance the Rapper. I said it here first.
Shout out Chance.
Shout out Chance, but Chance, you got a little corny on us, bro.
Yeah.
I rock with your music when we started jumping out the leash. It wasn't for me, but first things I want to do before we get into your new stuff, man. When did you start pursuing music?
Man, I started pursuing music. What ignited me was actually the social justice issues when Alton was shot down in BR. And at the time, I think the song that was just put on fire me was Drug Dealers Anonymous, that beat. So my homie, he wanted to just rap on it. And I never been in the studio before. And I said, bro, let's go. And I wrote like just all my feelings about how, black people was getting treated at that time, from Alton to Sandra Bland, and from Philando Castile. And that studio session I had with my engineer, G Major, he was just like, hey, man, like, you good at this. So that's from there. That's where it started. That was 2016.
And you just kind of just kept going, just
yeah,
kept pushing?
From there, yeah.
And it normally just starts like that, which is actually interesting. Most people say it's like the family background or this, that, and the other. Were you musically, like, inspired, I guess, as a youngin' or, like, growing up, stuff like that?
Really, from music, I liked music. The music I was accustomed to was, like, Tony Braxton and Celine Dion, you know what I'm saying? But I just never...
Some old school.
Now
we get to cooking. I get to talk like an uncle now. Thank you.
Yeah. So, but I would always write poetry. When I first got introduced to poetry in second grade, I just loved writing poems. So that was the way I used to vent to myself when I was playing football at school. Poetry. And then from there, like I said, that poetry turned into lyrics. And then...
That's normally how that goes. That creative writing process from poetry definitely works to turn into lyrics. It's so funny. This is about you though, but it's kind of like for me, I was the opposite. I was a guy when I was 13 to 16. You couldn't tell me I wasn't about to be rapping, but I got introduced to poetry. Took my lyrics and flipped them into poems, and then figured out I didn't have to rhyme all the time with the poetry, like the creative word process. But that process for me helped me. Like I said, what I figured out I didn't want to be on that side of this business. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of funny because it's like you took the opposite. It's like I started up with poetry, turned it into lyrics, and now I'm laying these tracks down, and they really doing something, which is
crazy,
dope.
really.
And so, since you talked about you started in 2016, man, when you put out your first project, or like I don't even say your first project, when you started putting out your first songs, like how did you think they sounded in your head? Like,
man, The first song I put out was called High. So it was different because that was like my first poem, and it's talking about being like in euphoria, in tune with the woman, and the woman that I was talking about, she loved to smoke, and I didn't like to smoke at all. So I was trying to get high and be with her, be on that same level of intimacy, and people was not messing with it. It was like, bro, you don't smoke, you fake, you already lying, you a fake rapper already, and you just started. I'm like, man.
Wait, did you ever like smoke with her though, or it was one of them situations where it's like, my shorty likes to smoke. That ain't really my vibe.
Nah, there's one day I smoked with her, and like it was like an intimate moment of like, wow, you really smoked with me. You must really like me because I did not like smoking at all. So that's what it was. Very poetic song metaphors and everything, but it wasn't received well at first, But
I think that's probably just off the fact of like you said, the people were like, man, you don't smoke. Why you making a song called High? Because just on hindsight, like for me, I'm giving it a listen. Because high could be a bunch of things. You could be how high, high to the sky. It doesn't mean smoking. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
But everybody got their own little incline. Like I don't smoke, so I see what you're saying. Like if a shorty for me wants to smoke, like you can do that. That ain't my cup of tea. But also when we young, that's what we do.
Yeah, so she would smoke to get, so she could, feel better about herself and kind of, heal. And I was like, let me be your healing. Like, so let's get high, but get high with me.
All right, everybody, we had a little technical difficulties, but we're back. We're all good. Okay, so we was talking about your previous music, like your music history, how you started being as an artist, the poetry background, everything like that. So now you just put out, in 2020, you put out 2 projects, man. You got Screwed Hours and you got Hindsight 2020.
Yes, sir.
So let's talk about the first project you dropped, Screwed Hours. Like, what was the inspiration behind that one?
So Screwed Hours is actually, it's a tape that I dropped in 2018. It's just screwed. I just felt like I dropped it June 27 too. I wanted to show the city. Sense. You feel what I'm saying? I just wanted to show the city that, like, man, I'm really out here. I make music and I care about the culture. You know what I'm saying? So that song, it's like a 10-track tape. DJ MD Dub, he was like, hey, bro, I want to screw this. Like, this is cold. And I was like, bro, go ahead. And we put it out. I just put it out with no expectations. And, like, the city was rocking with it. Like,
I told you Insecure, my joint on
it. That tape, people is streaming it. And I did not even, like, do no type of the usual promo that I do. When I drop stuff, it just was doing well. I was like, man, that's what's up. Like, people still like that screwed stuff. Because, like, really, when Drake, I remember whenever, what was it, Nothing Was the Same? And I think the chopped version came out probably maybe a month later. And, bro, that was jumping. I was like, man, I want to do that for when I come out. Like, if I have a project, I want to have a screwed tape. You know what I'm saying? So,
and for the city we're from, if you don't know where we're from, you've been under a rock watching these interviews this whole time. We're in Houston, Texas, man, and that's the culture right here, the slow down culture. We don't do that slowed and reverb shit. It's chopped and screwed.
Slow reverb TikTok.
Right, but nah, bro, that should be making me mad sometimes. Like, people really be like, yeah, no, I like my song
slowed and reverb.
Like, I'm like, that's cool, but like, that's just like
screwed.
It's
screwed.
That's just chopped up, but it's chopped up.
Yeah.
It's not, you know what I'm saying? Like,
man,
you got chopped up, but you gotta get chopped up and bro. People don't understand that, but yeah. So you got Screwed Hours, bro, which was a vibe, and then Hindsight 2020, a little different type of feeling towards it.
Yeah. So Hindsight 2020 was it's an album. It's basically like a 2-disc album. It's 20 tracks. It was basically the story of me again in a crazy car accident that I survived. And when I survived, like, I just realized I'm supposed to be doing music. Like, I'm supposed to be doing it. And it was a tough transition because I was still, like, in school at the time, and I had to just stop going to school because I had to recover from the accident. So the whole project was basically talking about, me believing in myself for the first 10 tracks, and the last 10 tracks was kind of like what 2020 was about. Like, The violence, how love was during quarantine, and how your friend, you started really seeing how your friends were for real, like who's your real friends,
Right.
and all that type of stuff. So I just put that project together and dropped it, man. It's still doing really good. I know people like to want to say, forget 2020 was terrible, but like I feel like we always gonna remember that year somehow. So that project is a kind of gives you the definition of that year.
That makes sense. And I feel like you did this on purpose. Maybe just me being a deep thinker looking into it. You made it 20 songs because it's 2020, hindsight 2020.
Yes.
It's like double entendre.
Yeah.
And then you made it two-sided. So like it's almost like half a year is here and half a year is there.
Exactly. Glad you caught that. That's what's up.
Hey man, look, when you started explaining, I was like, okay, I see what you did there.
Yeah.
But that's what's dope. That's what's up, man. But I'm glad you're healthy off your accident though.
Yes, man. It was. Hey, look, I felt like I was in. I don't know if you watched the movie Soul.
Yeah.
That's where I felt like I was in. Like when I watched the movie, I connected to so much because that's where I felt I was in the great beyond. Like for how long I just got in an accident and I woke up in the hospital and I just forgot everything. But like it was crazy. I basically a horse crossed the street New Year's and just I hit the horse and the horse like totaled the car. And like I had my girl and her sister in the car. They was drunk, and I took all the pain. Like they was good, and I was just like messed up.
Yeah,
So,
but that's a thing where at least in the situation, I feel like I don't know if you believe in God or you're spiritual, but I feel like God gives his like strongest soldiers the hardest task to come over. You know what I'm saying? So
That's
like
true.
it's a testament to your strength that you pulled through. You healthy in here. You look healthy. You got your stuff going on. The music is still going, and you still grinding. You still making your way. So shout out to you, your journey, and that grind. And I think what people need to understand, it reflects in your music. You make music that I feel like you're doing it for yourself, but it's almost like I gotta prove something. Maybe it's not always to everybody else, but like I gotta prove something. Am I correct on that analogy a little bit?
yeah, it's like almost like I'm trying to prove to myself that like I made the right decision to keep doing it because like I have it. You know what I'm saying? I have the talent and I love it. You know what I'm saying? So while I'm doing that, I'm trying to inspire others. If they have anything similar, they'll catch on to the music. You know what I'm saying? So it's basically inspiring people to do what your purpose is on this earth, and that's kind of like my message in my music. Like my name's Juba, which means rich in spirit. So being rich in your soul is always first, and when you're rich in your soul, then you can, possibly, further that, and be just satisfied with your life. You know what I'm saying, and what you're supposed to do. So that's just my message, and that's what I do in my music. So I'm trying to prove to myself that I made the right decision to be, pursuing music the way I'm pursuing it.
Right, bro. And I think that's a dope thing, bro. He just dropped some major gems on y'all for TO Nation, man. Make sure y'all tap into these gems. Make sure y'all commented on this video too, bro. That's some real stuff, bro. That's some real stuff. It's kind of funny though. The one thing I did think about though was like when I was listening to Screwed Hours, especially the song like Insecure, I was like, hey, bro, if bro don't got a girl, bro, he's getting a lot of attention off of this. I'm like, he's getting a lot of attention. I'm gonna leave the link to both his recent projects under in the comments of this video. But yeah, dog, I thought that was funny. I was like, this couple of songs are definitely going on the playlist.
Yeah, Insecure was a song where it's like a lot of they say girls are insecure, but as men, we get insecure too.
Our egos get hit.
Our egos get hit different. So that song is like every dude feels it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, bro, like, I got some things to say too. You know what I'm saying? And I'm trying to be respectful and trying to drop my pride a little bit, but I still have my pride because I'm a man. So you're not finna play me. You know what I'm saying?
I heard the realest thing ever, bro, by Jaden Smith in a song one time, man. I never caught it until I was in the car with this girl and in college, bro, like 3 maybe. I think the song came out 2017, 2016. So like I'll say about 4 years ago. We just gonna say 4 years ago.
Yeah.
4 to 5 years ago. And Jaden Smith came on the song Smooth, sing. It's called Falling. And at the end of it, he just says, my pride, well, I'm not going to sing, but he says, my pride dies with you. But it was in a harmony. And he was saying a bunch of other stuff before that. But the girl was like, aww. And I was just like, what you talking about? She's like, he said, like, his pride dies with her. Like, he puts his pride to the side.
Yeah.
And I was like, this little sly nigga here. I was like,
that's how it be when you really like mess with a chick for real.
I was like, but I had never thought of it in that way. I was like, oh, that's smooth. That's different.
Yeah.
I was like, to let your pride go to the floor for somebody. Shawty, she got to be the one, cause you can't do. I'm not doing it. You
ain't doing that for just no
I'm
regular girl.
I'm looking at this camera. I'm not doing that for everybody.
No.
I'm sorry. I'm myself.
You regular.
I didn't say that. Women out there, y'all keep watching. We love y'all.
Yeah.
Well,
some of y'all.
But yeah, nah, man. I think the beautiful thing is too though that like you can connect with your music, man. You're really in tune with your thing, man. So I gotta ask you this question, man. I ask everybody on TO that comes up here, bro, this same question. So I gotta ask you, Juba. Been doing your music for 4 years. Your music has traction. You've built up a nice little fan base. You've been we didn't talk about this yet, but I'm gonna just drop the gem for them. You've been blowing up on TikTok with some of your songs. Mm-hmm. Social media following's growing, and it looks like 2021 is gonna be a great year for you, bro. So, which one right now, man, or just in general, bro? Which one do you like? Do you look at like as your preference, bro? Do you look at it as you prefer the journey that you on? Or is it like, or do you prefer like, yeah, I'm just trying to get to this certain destination?
Man, first it was all about the destination. And then I just realized that, where am I actually wanting to go? And how long do I want to take to get there, And everything is a journey. You see what I'm saying? So I wanted to be signed, like, as soon as I drop my album, I wanted to be a big star, all that stuff. But it's like, bro, like, when you get there, it's like, is the story done? You see what I'm saying? Like, is the race done? And this is a long journey when it comes to music, especially when you do it for a long time. So, like, I've been enjoying the journey, like the ups and downs, like me getting writer's block, the doing shows, meeting. Like, I got to meet Nipsey.
That's one person I did wish to meet, but I'm not trying to interrupt what you're saying.
Nah, you good. So it's like the journey is just beautiful because, like, even meeting him, he influenced some of my album. You see what I'm saying? So, like, the journey is just the best part because, like, if you get to that destination, then the music actually stops being good music sometimes when that artist finally does get to that destination, because now they start losing that, that luster,
pizzazz,
that energy, the pizzazz, all that. And that happens to some artists, and that's why some have to get songwriters and they need other people to bounce ideas off because of that. They got to where they wanted to go. So I'm just enjoying their journey now, man, and whatever happens. But I just know that, I'm driving my car and I'm putting gas in my car and I'm enjoying driving on the freeway, man.
I like that analogy, bro. That's good. Man, yeah, bro. I'm a journey guy. I'm definitely a journey guy. I feel like with the stuff, we're young in it. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like a lot of people try to rush to that destination, man, but it's really just off a time period. Everybody that's listening, man, it takes time to get where you're trying to go. So, like, it really is one of those things, man. Oh, my God. So, what we going to do here is I'm going to say my social media, everybody. You already know where to find me. King_J Shep on IG and Twitter, and at talented_ones. Wait, talented_ones on Twitter, _talented_ones on IG. And we about to get Juba social media too. So you got to tell the people where your social media is.
You can find me on Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, TikTok, Jubatron, JIUBATRON, or Juba, JEW-BUH. You'll find me. I'm the only Juba in America.
All right, so you got Juba's information, you got my information. Y'all make sure to go tap into the social. If I'm gonna say it again, talented_ones on Twitter and _talented_ones_ on IG. King_J Shep IG and Twitter. I do follow back sometimes, actually all the time, because I need more followers. So we following everybody.
Ratio.
Followers. So make sure y'all tap in, man. We appreciate y'all. 2021's been going crazy so far. This is January, and we're gonna keep moving. We're gonna keep moving. Stay tuned. Make sure y'all subscribe. Turn these notifications on. #TO Nation.
TO.
Do that now. ASAP and No Rocky, man. We out. Appreciate you for coming in. Stream his music. He a real one. Y'all already know what's going on.
TO.